Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanyo, your demon cinephile, and a couple hours ago, got back from the theater, had a fun movie day, saw a couple films, and one of them was the new film Monkey Man. Now, Monkey Man is the new movie. It is by Dave Patel. Is actually his directorial debut, and I was really excited to see this. I didn't actually know this was coming out. I heard the name Monkey Man for a while now, but I just put it off, assuming it was a part of Planet of the Apes or something. But I only learned about like like a week or so ago. So I was really kind of curious what this was. Popped on the trailer, was really sucked in by the trailer, so I kind of stopped it halfway through, not wanting to finish it because I'm one of those weird people. I'm one of those weird people because I don't I don't know a lot of people like me because when I'm really interested in a film or a TV show, I like to go in as blind as possible. I want to know very little of anything. So I went into this, tried to go in as little as possible, clicked the trailer off halfway through, and I was very surprised. So, because the trailer sells this as a John Wick style film. Heck, there's even a mention of John Wick in the movie. And this really isn't John Wick. In fact, if I had to compare this movie to anything, I would compare this a little bit more closer to I had to probably compare it closer to The Crow than John Wick. It is an action movie, but it's also a drama. It is also a political thriller. It is also a crime thriller. It is also a religious philosophical thinking film. It has a lot of different themes and ideas it tries to juggle on itself. And I will have to admit, it doesn't always work well. There is a lot of themes and ideas that kind of get jumbled, not in good ways, and some kind of get lost on certain things that you think maybe some probably should have been cut out. Like for example, the setting of the film is in this big hotel, and it's a brothel, and you kind of see early on that the ladies who work at there aren't being treated, quite well, to put lightly. And you think it's going to be a big important thing. You think it's going to be brought up later on in the film, but except for a few scenes, it's dropped pretty quickly, and you kind of left wondering what was the point. Besides those, besides like certain elements of the plot, though, production wise, I really do love the way this movie looks and feels. I mean, there is a couple of mixed bags, like the cinematography. I like how a lot of the film looks. I like how a lot of shots are set up. I like how a lot of the locations are built up. It just some scenes are just so dark. It's just hard to see what's going on at certain times. Now, in some scenes, that's really good, but in other scenes, is very not. It makes it hard to tell what's going on. Maybe it's just the theater. Maybe the projection was bad. Hopefully, it was projection, but I don't know. Second mixed thing is not cinematography. It's the choreography. Now, the fight scenes in this movie were splendid. I love every single fight scene. It was just crazy action. I love everything. Was just I can't explain. I'm not good at explaining action. I'm not good at explaining why I love action. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. But I loved every single sequence. But I did not like how they were all shot because we got a lot of close ups and a lot of shaky cam. Now, I will be fair and say that I think it was you good in some parts because I think some of the close-ups were supposed to be point of view shots because there was a very obvious point of view shot from Dave Patel's character, Kid, and I think some were supposed to be point of view shots to show like how crazy and chaotic the world is, how chaotic his how he is seeing everything around him. So I will give some excuses to the chaotic nature of the cinematography and the fight scenes because that only happens in the first half of the film. Because by the second half of the film, a lot of the shaky cams and close-ups go away, and it's a lot more. The camera's a lot more back, to the back, and we can see everything going on. So I think the chaos of the shaky cam, I think that was on purpose. I don't think that was just bad cinematography or just a different crew was shooting those scenes. But what I really do love about the film was Dave Patel. He was so good in his film. I have not seen him in anything such a long time. And, this is kind of like my fault, or his fault. Blame you, Dave Patel. Blame you. You haven't been in any films I want to check out, so it's clearly your fault, not my fault. But no. Yeah, you just haven't been in any films that I personally haven't wanted to check out. But yeah, I know his name. I I was there when he first came out in was it Slumdog Millionaire and the last Airbender movie. We all know it. We all know it. But yeah, he was fantastic in this film. His character Kid is a character on revenge. Like I said, he is very much kind of like the Crow from the Crow movie or the Crow graphic novel. He is a character on revenge. He is dead set on destroying the people who have wronged him. He has wronged his family. He has wronged his people. And you can see how it consumes him. He is very much a broken, shabby man from the start of the film, and you can see how he is revolving his life around this religious symbol Hanuman. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This monkey character from Hindu religion, who is kind of similar to Sun Wukong or Sun Goku, which I kind of saw those similarities because you got a lot of Dragon Ball similarities in this film. You got a character from folklore called the Demon King, and when Kid is injured in this movie to the point of being so broken, he is taken to this temple where he is treated by this spiritual healer, the spiritual leader, and he is given this not elixir, but this potion to heal him up. But for it to heal him up, it has to first break him down. He has to hurt him before it can heal him, which is very similar to in Dragon Ball, where Goku has to climb Korin's tower and he has to drink the sacred water, where the sacred water hurts him first before it unlocks his secret power. Which I don't know. I love the whole. It's probably not referencing Dragon Ball directly because Dragon Ball took from different cultures, but I really like that. I saw that right away. Like, I want him to lock his Super Saiyan form out of that. But no, I really loved Dave Patel's character because you can see how broken and shabby he is in the beginning, and how he slowly builds himself up, how obsessed he is at getting at these people, and how his anger gets the better of him at many times throughout the film, how he almost blows his cover in the first act. And then we get to his montage. He does have like a training montage, but it's not a full on training montage like traditional. It's a lot more spiritual and it's very unique. But this is like the middle act of the film, and this part of the film does drag. The action and story kind of really just stops for us to just sit with the characters. And while not bad, it just you can feel yourself sitting in the seat like, okay, what's gonna happen now? Are we gonna prolong this? And then we get to the third act of the film where he has finally built himself up to be the Monkey Man, to be this almost not, I don't want to say the word Messiah character because that's definitely not what they're going for, but to be this spiritual character, to be this figure to revolt against the corrupt society, to revolt against this corrupt religious figure that has destroyed his people, has destroyed his home, that's trying to destroy his country, which I really do love. I really love it. And I love the little ways they show his PTSD, like the quick flashes of him with his hands, because he has these burned hands from childhood. And you see when he's washing his hands, you get these quick flashes of him washing his hands with his mother. Then it quickly turns to the flashes of flames. I love it. It is so horrific and traumatic. It happens a little too often though. So the point comes you can predict it so it stops being scary. Also, Dave Patel's eyes, his eyes. Like, he doesn't really have a lot of dialogue in the film. At least not that I could. Like what? Almost 10 hours since we watched the movies. I can't. It's kind of hard to remember. But I remember him acting a lot with his eyes. You can just see all the rage and hate building up. And you see him. You can see a man ready to explode off at any second. And speaking about our hero, I do want to mention the villains because we have two main villains in this film. One is this corrupt sheriff, and the other is this religious figure trying to get into politics, which I guess he has to do a lot with Indian politics, which I do not know a lot about, so I'm not exactly sure if I fully figure out everything happening in the film. But the chief, the corrupt police officer, very great, very ugly, nasty person. So the moment they introduce him, you understand why you want him dead, and perfect. The other character, though, the religious figure, he's very little in the film. Like, he has small snippets scattered throughout the picture until you finally really meet him near the end of the film. And when you finally meet him, it's like, wait, who are you again? Oh yeah, that's right. You're the one technically responsible for everything. I forgot about you. I mean, not really. Like, when he finally gets his, I was like all for us, like, yes, kill him. But then I can understand why some people would be like, yeah, who's this guy? Because it took me a second to figure out, like, oh yeah, that's right, you're responsible for everything. But yeah, Monkey Man, Monkey Man, Monkey Man. This was a fantastic movie. Like I said, you watch the trailer, you're expecting something like John Wick, like not John Wick number one, like John Wick 2, 3, or 4. Definitely no. This is something like John Wick 1 or The Crow. It's a lot more darker, emotional picture. I focus a lot more on crime and politics and all of these other heavy topics. It is a it's a very weird film. I really loved it. Like, I'm not sure why, but the moment I sat down, it captured me. Like, I really love this movie. I really want to can't wait to watch this again when it comes out on Blu-ray or hopefully on streaming. I can just hopefully it just comes to Tubi. But yeah, but only negative, like, it's only other negative that I would give this movie, and this is not a negative for me, but a negative for other people, is that this is technically, I would probably say, technically an Indian movie. So if you are like one of those people who have a hard time understanding other accents, just be warned walking into the film. Like 95 of that dialogue is in English, but just other accents. I didn't have a hard time understanding I didn't have a hard time understanding the actors, but some people will. But yeah, Monkey Man, great movie, great movie. I loved it. If you have time to check it out, go do it. Especially if you love action, 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 with a bit touch of political and crime thrillers. But yep, this is Monkey Man. Tell me what you think about it if you saw the movie. You like it? Did you hate it? Put it down in the comments down below. And you like this video? Hit like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next time. Or next video? Something? I don't know. Just end the video. Just end the video. Just end the video!